And let's do this little mini stock sectors right now. So I made a point as I looked at this analysis that the stock market was really in a rotation right now. It's kind of churning. Don't really know if it's a big consolidation or it's just stocks being distributed right now, but it's liable to last for some months yet, based on the analysis that we just showed, without having any significant downside, and then moving up and maybe running into resistances. But some stocks are still going to do well and carry the market, and these are four of them that I think are important. So those of you that get our analysis level 2, 3, and 4, you have seen a monumental, monstrous, gorgeous breakout in copper. So SCCO is a stock that you could trade based on the copper market. I'm just going to switch over and we're going to look at these four stocks. So let's look at first the SCCO, and I'm just going to look at weekly analysis right in here because that is the key. So I just want you to see the rhythms in here in the cycles and how clear they are. And of course, one of the important ways that we read the rhythms and the cycles is using the reversal scout. And you can see in here that when the reversal scout turned up right over there, that was the beginning of that cycle. And when it turned down over here, that was the confirmation of the peak of the cycle. Here is where it turned up. You can see it was a little early, so this market wanted to have one more sell-off. And now this is an engulfing bar right here on the weekly. And what that says to me is that this is likely, with this upward momentum, an important upside turn. It's pretty reasonable with Southern Copper at 97 right now to expect it to get up to this area of 106 to 110, potentially up here to 113, and it could do even better than that. But based on the copper pattern, I think it's better. And based on what I'm looking at here, I think this is an opportunity to hold something for quite a number of weeks in the intermediate term. Again, if you're looking for a rotation, you believe in the rotation, you believe as I do that the AI stocks and those high techs are going to be a source of funds rather than money going into them, then the funds that come out of them are going to look for things of value. They're going to look for things that have potential upside, and I think SCCO is representative of that. Let's look at a few more material stocks, and you're going to see the similarity as these alignments set up in here. So this is BHP Billiton. I'm going to put up the weekly analysis. So this is it without the cycles, and this is it with the cycle analysis. Remember, we're just looking for rhythms of the money flows in and out. You can see how clear is this right over here. Where are we now? Where we've just made this upward turn right there. Let's just look at these last three cycle rhythms, and you can see that this upward turn came, well, a little bit on the early side, but it sure looks real to me. Another weekly engulfing pattern. Those are not that common when you get those, and those are meaningful. So this BHP Billiton as an upward turn, again, we're looking at potential upward moves that can last for a while. You can see as I look at these cycles, and this has been a neutral to bearish time frame for this number of years in here. Still, you can see this was a 7-week rally. This was 9 or 10 weeks in there. This was about 9 weeks. This one was only 5 weeks. When you look at that. But here we are in week 1 on that reversal, and that says to me, look for potential upside. So again, we're looking at potential rotational stocks that money will flow towards, and especially with the materials improving. Here is your Rio Tinto. Here is it without the cycle analysis, and here it is with the cycle analysis. As you see, the same type of activity going on. The low actually came here really early. It came down here in a test and again engulfed. And here we are in this rising phase. These two blue lines in here. Katie has the job of looking at all of the cycle analysis and deciding where the bottoming timing is. And she does that with our cycle low timing tracker. So a lot of the stocks that we look at are listed on that cycle low timing tracker. And that's why we put in these two verticals right in here, because generally the troughs come with 3 bars or so, one side or the other, of the ideal trough that you see right over there. So you can see this ideal trough right over here, but it was about 2 bars early. This was about 2 bars late. This was about 1 bar late. This one was pretty much spot on. This one was about 3 bars early. So that's the nature of the principle of variance. It's our job to recognized through all of our other indicators when this is going on. And you can see this upside move right over here in Rio Tinto. And the last one I'm going to look at is VALE, VALE, another material stock. Again, without analysis right over here on the weekly, and with the analysis right here, and you see again upward turn. Now, this is a very good example of how cycles create trends, and where you have higher peaks and higher troughs. So there's your peaks connected right over there. Here's your troughs coming down over here. So you have this downward look to the channel in here as you get lower peak, lower trough, lower peak, lower trough, lower peak, lower trough. Momentum turning up on each of these upward cycles, as you can see. And weak stocks, when they're weak, you get a lot of this chop and momentum. They turn right back down. So in this case, we're early. We have the upward turn. The engulfing pattern came 4 weeks ago. So this one was one of the early signals on the upside. And again, this could be still in the downward trend. It could make it up to some resistance level and then turn down again. We'll get that indication from the shorter term cycles when we look at daily or intraday, but right now I'm only showing you the weekly because I'm really showing you for longer term holders, and that there is a high probability, and again, everything we do is probabilistic. There's a high probability that we're early in rising phases and the money is just starting to flow into this group. That's the reason I wanted to show you this mini stock sectors. RV is the owner of stock sectors. He's the one that does bigger ones, sometimes shows you 15 different stocks or ETFs or, country ETFs or different things all at once. I like to bring these little mini ones to this show because I think it's really valuable. And I haven't done that in quite a while. So when I see them really pop out like I did right out over here, I want you to be able to take the opportunity because I'm putting all of my gut feel into what I think is happening, and then earlier in the show show you how to use all of the things that we look at to really get a sense for how far these could go, or when they're giving you warnings that they're really not going. So that's what I wanted to look at. I think that was really valuable, and I hope that if you take some of those positions, that they work out for you. So at least what we do here is give you a heads up. And remember, you have to own the trade. It's not our trade, it's yours. And that means that you get in when you think it's right, in the size that you think fits you the best, and you get out when you think it's right, with having nothing to do with us or anybody whatsoever.